Petrus, böser Junge.
There are too many of you for me alone, my little lambs.
Sorry, madam, but we are here to ask other favors of you. This question might seem a little surprising, but do you know who this earring might belong to?
Why? It's mine. I lost it when... How did you get hold of it?
Are you sure you want to broach that subject here?
You're right. Come with me. Well, what do you want? Why are you giving me back my earring?
You know where we found it, don't you?
Obviously. I realized as soon as I got back that I'd lost it.
I imagine your pimp does not know that you take part in these parties. He doesn't dabble in this at all?
No. Do not say anything to him, I beg you. He's on my case enough as it is.
Then I suggest you answer my questions.
What would you like to know?
Do you think that an important person from Thélème could have partaken in these soirees?
You're thinking of Mother Cardinal, aren't you? You lot really think we are a bunch of degenerates.
You're hardly a shining example of virtue, my child. Just answer our questions.
Sorry, Father, I don't know the Mother Cardinal, but I strongly doubt she dabbles in that.
You don't think you could recognize her, and you don't think you've crossed paths. What a testimony. Could you tell us who you saw at the parties?
Rich people, or better. They seemed very rich and important to me, but I don't know them.
Do you know who organizes these parties?
Not really, no. A steward pays me when I go, but I don't see anyone else, apart from the clients.
You can't even give me a single name?
No. The only person who sometimes speaks to this steward is a woman who is always wearing a green coat. She never takes part in the festivities, but the steward rushes over whenever she arrives.
Do you know someone who goes by the name of Candy Cane?
Everyone does. He is a powerful person, so his name makes the rounds.
Have you ever spotted him at these pleasure parties?
In all honesty, I wouldn't even be able to recognize him. I've heard his name before, but that's all.
This woman in the green coat, could you tell me about her?
She always hides her face and never joins us. Then she disappears into a little office and locks the door.
I see. She is quite important, then. Admit it. You must know more than you're letting on. It's virtually impossible not to recognize someone while being so close to these influential people. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, I was able to recognize someone, once. Even with a mask on, I'm good at recognizing my clients.
Please continue. I'm all ears.
I don't want to implicate anyone, but he is of no real importance, and you've probably never even heard of him. It's the local moneylender.
I know very well who you're referring to, my dear.
But I didn't mention anything to you, huh? This stays between us.
I don't even remember the subject of this conversation anymore. Thank you for your help.
Be sure not to mention this to anyone. I'd lose my clients if they suspected me of speaking about them, you know.
Easy. Da. Rüber.
May the enlightened bless you.
Habt ihr gelauscht? Hä? So. Was ist mit dir?
Can I get you anything? Look who it is.
I am looking for a woman who comes here. She always wears a long green coat.
Yes, I have seen this coat before, but I have no idea who is beneath it, if that's what you're asking. All I know is that I've seen her speaking to a regular, a steward of the palace who comes to place big orders. Always prime choice.
I have to go. I will leave you to your work.
Kein Saufen. Das wird die Mother Cardinal sein. Ich will was gucken. Nee, das ist hier nicht. Schade. Wo ist denn dieser Gast? Unten. Nee. Das ist wieder nur... Frage...
Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
I am looking for someone. A woman wearing a big green coat.
Yeah, I know who you mean. She's a good client. She comes in, especially for the big fights, and she has prime information.
Do you know where I can find her?
No, I don't even know her name.
She wouldn't happen to be coming back to collect some winnings, would she?
No, and I can't really tell you when she'll show up next.
Schade.
I imagine that the name Candy Cane rings a bell.
Obviously. Even though I would prefer it wasn't the case. He's a sort of... organizer. He captures most of the beasts who fight in the arena.
How is that a problem?
Apparently, he's fixed a few fights. These kind of rumors aren't good for my business.
If that's the case, why don't you stop him?
He has friends, protectors. Without solid evidence, no one will lift a finger. And the only ones who wanted to speak of his cartel have disappeared.
Do you know where I could find him?
He often hangs out around the port at night, but I strongly advise you to stay away from the guy.
I know how to look after myself. Thanks for the information. On what would we be betting?
On the fights in the arena. You never heard of them? Quite a few.
And do they win?
A few do.
I must be going.
Next time...
So, how do you see things, my child?
I think that the usurer is lending money to the Cardinal, and very significant sums at that. With this money, she bets on the arena fights while hiding in a big green coat. And she also gives large amounts to a certain Candy Cane, known for fixing fights.
Not only does our dear Cornelia love betting games, but she also wouldn't think twice about cheating to win.
Maybe he is just giving her advice. How can we prove anything?
We can always try asking him. Who knows? Perhaps he will give us an answer.
Können wir hingehen und es wird Nacht? Oder müssen wir selber Nacht machen? Rückzug. Muss jetzt Licht ausmachen, ranschleicht. Hier komme ich.
Good evening. Are you the one they call Candy Cane?
Who are you?
Desardet, legate of the merchant congregation.
A legate, no less. I imagine in these cases, the one accompanying you is the famous Petrus.
You seem to be very well informed. Therefore, you might be able to answer my question. What do you know about a woman in a green coat?
Why would I tell you?
We know that you have business with this woman, and that she is actually the Mother Cardinal.
How did you... You would be better off forgetting that.
That's not exactly the response I'd imagined. But nevertheless, seems rather eloquent.
I told you to forget about it, or you'll soon run into trouble. Legate or no legate.
Come on. It was just an innocent little conversation. Goodbye, Mr. Kane.
Bye. And Godspeed.
We have enough information.
Really? Is the fact that she bets on fights that are potentially fixed enough for you?
It's already a huge scandal. Let me just think about it for a little while. I will find a way of putting this information to good use.
I have faith in you, Father.
Okay.
My dear child, what can I do for you?
What was your role at my uncle's court? Were you already an ambassador?
No. But I was. Taleme was hoping to... I tried to teach that you were so.
I will...
Oh, Vasquez hat noch mal eine Quest für uns. Warum? Ich wollte doch...
My dear child, what can I do?
I will see you later, Father.
Take care, my child.
Langsam wird's kompliziert. Moment. Wir versuchen das nochmal. Sierra, bitte. Petrus, genau. Vasquez, zu dir kommen wir auch gleich nochmal, wenn du magst.
I need to speak with you, my child.
Yes, Petrus. What is it?
I've come up with a plan to put what we've learned about the Mother Cardinal to use.
Do tell.
You will have to take part in a fight in the arena, and we must make sure that To do this, you'll have to face a champion. This will lose.
That would effectively...
That may be the case.
I see.
And by doing so, you'll win something bigger than a...
This'll make her lose.
Exactly. Without knowing it,
And she will be at our mercy.
This is how all scores are so. What do you say?
It's a complicated plan, but...
We should get ourselves to the Coin Tavern in New Serene. That's where all the bets and the fights take place.
Okay.
Good day! Interested in making a little wager? Unless you'd rather fight.
I would like to confront a champion in the arena.
I've already seen you fight. And I have to admit that you have a certain talent. It could be interesting. One of my champions has been vying for a chance to shine again. He hasn't made much noise of late, but he's a very good fighter, and his name is quite well known in these parts. The Old Brute against the Chief of our Excellencies. The bets are going to pour. What do you say?
It is precisely what I need.
Perfect! It'll be a duel. You'll fight alone, so prepare yourself well. So whenever you're ready, go and find the arena master, and give us a thrill.
We should go and see Candy Cane, so he can set up our deal. So when you win, she will lose her bet.
Ah ja, jetzt müssen wir zurück. Leute verarschen. Okay, nochmal zurück in die andere Stadt gereist. Nochmal Nacht gemacht, nochmal hierher gegangen. Jetzt nochmal mit ihm reden.
You again? What do you want this time?
I have a very lucrative proposal for you. You know that I have to fight against a champion.
Everyone knows. You were expected to lose in 1 minute.
I'm well aware of that. I know that my opponent is too strong for me. But let's suppose my opponent draws the fight out a bit. For the beauty of the battle, of course.
I'm starting to see what you're alluding to. This fight don't interest me. The odds against you are so high, I wouldn't get much out of it. But if we make all the gamblers lose, by letting you hang in there a little longer...
We could win a nice little nest egg.
Organizing this will entail some costs for me. It's better to add a bonus. Without the bonus, there's no deal. If you pay me in advance, you won't be tempted to play any tricks. So, get your wallet out.
Ach.
We can definitely reach a deal, but we would have to renegotiate the odds.
Absolutely not. You're not in a position to negotiate. You need me too much.
I'd have a really good think about it if I were you. I may not be a champion, but you know I have a certain reputation in the arena.
Is that a threat? Gentlemen, teach this imbecile a lesson.
May the Enlightened protect me in this battle! May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Geh aus dem Weg.
Candy Cane is not here. At least not yet. Remember, my child, the bookmaker told us that he hangs around here at night.
That's true, you were right. Let's come back later.
May the shadow engulf our enemies! I am wounded!
How are we going to influence Cornelia's bets without Candy Cane?
Have faith, my child. Let's start by searching the body. We will find a way.
Schlüssel, dieser kleine Schlüssel öffnet wahrscheinlich den toten Briefkasten.
Petrus, your prayers have been answered. This crook had a letter from Cornelia on him, and a key.
My child, this letter confirms that our plan may work. Cornelia is interested in your fight.
She also mentioned a secret letterbox for returning the mail. This key probably opens it.
If that is the case, all we have to do is slip in a letter from Candy Cane. I've got it. We'll slip a fake one in, advising him to bet on the fact you will hold on for 5 minutes.
Cornelia is in New Serene. The letterbox must be there too.
Wait, my child. I will first write this fake letter for Cornelia.
Petrus, you would make the perfect criminal.
There is no light without shadow. The enlightened knows it, and knows how to guide the righteous ones.
Ja, das sieht gut aus. Ja. Einfach wieder zurück jetzt, ne? Okay, dann sehen wir uns gleich wieder da. Okay, wir sind jetzt da, wo wir hin müssen. Natürlich wieder in der anderen Stadt. Jetzt ein bisschen plündern. Und wir müssen wieder... Okay, nochmal Cut. Okay, Zeit ist abgelaufen. Wir können kämpfen.
Good day!
On what are people...
On the arena!
I'll be going now.
Later!
Ich würde gern wissen, ob ich auf mich selber wetten kann. Okay. So. Das ist gerade die Stage, die ich bei dem normalen Kampf habe. Stage 5 oder so. Aber das machen wir ja jetzt nicht.
Ready to excite the crowd? Ah, there you are. I was told you'd be taking on one of our old champions. Are you ready for the fight? Beware. Contrary to the challenges, this combat must be fought alone. Your friends must remain in the stands.
Yes,
Man kann nicht
I am
wetten.
ready.
So, jump into the arena. And may the better fighter win.
Gucken. Okay, der macht richtig Schaden. Aber jetzt nicht mehr.
What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. It wasn't easy.
And here are your winnings from the combat. You've earned them.
Bravo! A glorious victory, which is made all the sweeter by double compensation.
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier. The thought of holding something over Cornelia seems to do you wonders.
That is true. Politics is an extremely subtle game, and just as satisfying as fighting in an arena.
I imagine we need to go and see her now.
Yes, and I hope you will enjoy the moment every bit as much as I will.
Tja, hallo? Jetzt? Geld? Wo? Ich sehe nix. Leute. Ich dachte, es ist jetzt voll der harte Kampf und... Einfach nur enttäuschend. Ich dachte, ich kriege jetzt hier einen Typen mit so einem Schädel, mit diesem ich bin zu schwer Schädel, weißt du, über seinem Kopf und so 10 Rüstungsbalken und 3000 Leben oder irgendwie so. Nö. Ups, andere Seite. Moment, warum kriegt die ein Haus, das dichter dran ist an der Treppe als meins? So ja nicht.
Lady de Sardet. And you, Petrus, what can I do for you?
We have come to offer our support. We have learned that the arena was cruel to you.
How do you know that? Oh, I see. You tricked my informer.
Nee,
we just let him believe that I would lose.
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe me a handsome sum.
All of this just to make me spill the beans, am I right? I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Excellency. It is true, though, that with such a teacher...
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You excel at this game.
It's true. And I also know when to admit defeat. What do you want from me?
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and Constantine. Is that clear?
Is that what you're expecting? Ah, but I'm sure that this sly old fox has something else in mind, right? You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank of cardinal. You haven't learnt your lesson, then. Have you forgotten the abyss into which you plunged because of your ambition last time?
Petrus, what's she talking about?
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that day.
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened, it's true. But if someone deserves to know, it's her.
No, please.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will. Petrus knew your mother, child. Your real mother.
My mother? Petrus, is it true? How?
Be damned, Cornelia. It's true. I knew your mother. I used to go to the jail to give my spiritual support to the prisoners of the Prince d'Orsay. That's where I met her. She was alone, afraid, and exhausted.
Willst du jetzt Papi zu ihm sagen?
And so strange. Obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You know that my uncle lied to me, and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed. Ashamed of having left her to die in that dead-end pit. Completely alone.
Why talk to others about it, then? Why does she know?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden with someone.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken your vows. Ah, damnation. It's better out in the open. I've wanted to tell you about it since I met you. Now that you know, I want to do something in her memory. I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that all of this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you now? You have used me for your scheming and have kept me in the dark.
I understand how you feel, my child. Let's wait a little, until you've taken it all in. Time heals the wounds of the soul. Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, de Sardet. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.
Okay. Da werden wir im nächsten Part wahrscheinlich noch weiter mit ihm machen. Anscheinend geht's noch weiter, indem wir unsere Originalfamilie finden. Habe ich schon gesagt, dass wir eine Königsprüfung bestanden haben und dass wir den König getötet haben? Könnte das heißen, dass wir bald König der Insel sind? Werden wir sehen. Vielleicht schon im nächsten Part. Ciao, Leute.